from the heart of Dubai, where tomorrow is being built today, to the world. Welcome to the CTO Show with Mehmet. Here, we redefine technology and reimagine possibilities. With Mehmet, delve into the riveting realms of AI, cybersecurity, and digital technology. Experience the thrilling highs and lows of startups. Immerse yourself in the spirit of entrepreneurship and witness the future of business innovation being written in real time. Now, without further ado, let's tune in and explore the future.
Hello and welcome back to a new episode of the CTO Show with Mehmet. Today, I'm very pleased joining me, Kirill Morozov. Kirill, the way I love to introduce people is to let them actually introduce themselves. So you are in a sector which is very close to my heart. I know this. But before we deep dive in that, tell us a little bit more about you, about your journey and what you are currently up to, and then we can start the discussion from there. So the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Full steam ahead and go on iceberg, as the captain of Titanic says. So my name is Kirill Morozov. I'm a CEO of TEAL HR. It's motivation system for your employees. And I have a very long and very interesting background because I was working with the medical equipment. I was working with aviation. I was working with IT products and even making smart cities and intercoms for the smart cities. So,
Wow, fantastic. We have a lot to talk about today. So let's deep dive. Look, Kirill, the way I am curious always, and people, they think that it's like a traditional question I do on the podcast, but really, I am always curious about why people, they get to something or they start something, right? So especially in the HR space, it's like it's one of the, I would say, I'm not complicated, but I would say interesting. Let's put it this way. So tell me the story behind, Teal HR. Like, why did you find the need to have Teal HR? Um, Basically, what's the problem you tried to solve? I would say, and a little bit maybe about the journey, how it started, and what you are currently with Teal HR.
yeah, sure. I was working in business and always was from the side of the business. So employees have to work hard to bring me money. That's my point. That's what I'm doing. My favorite books is how to work with the people, how to use them to make your progress in your business. But how people like a person like me could working with motivation and start making the business in motivation platform. Very interesting for me how I came to this point. So the main idea was when I start realizing that it's not there is no any kind of mistake or dualism in using people and the state they have to be happy on their work place. So it's nothing wrong when you use somebody to make business, but the nice way, the green way, the polite way, the way when this person will stay happy, uh, spending his time on work, and then when he stop working, he go home, and his life is full of fun, full of interesting stuff. So it's nothing wrong with both of these points. So when I realized how to make the this both things work together, that's when I understand that I have to do the service, the platform. There was not about platform for the first time. I just have, like I have a dream That's the point. I have the understanding that I have to make the everybody everybody's working life a bit better. Not the brilliant, not the wonderful, not the happy for everyone, but just everyone have to be okay. That's my mission right now.
This is okay. Let you had the dream, and I would say this is
Yeah.
too good to be true, right? Um, because, and I can understand you, Kirill, and I understand, you know, the pain points that you just mentioned, and I think this is one of the main reason organization, whether they are startups or I would say even like proper corporates, they are living the problem of what's called employee attrition, which means like people leave them, right? So, and loyalty, we can discuss this maybe for hours, but in your experience, loyalty means we need also to motivate the employees, right? So we need let them let them feel that they have kind of belongings. So what are like some of the effective tools, approaches you've seen like can really boost the employees' motivation and loyalty?
Okay, I have the some kind of material. It's about how to make changes of any kind. So it's the title of this material. So how to make the changes of every kind. First step is understanding what you're doing. Second step is how you will measure the changes. Now the third step is have the way to communicate, to bring your ideas into the people. So that's the main idea of all my working process is to facilitate and communicate and take um, the feedback. So the main idea, uh, just go and talk to your employee. He's a great guy, smart guy, interesting guy. Otherwise, why are you working with this guy first for the first? So he's a good guy. You need to talk to him because you have a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of different points of view, and you just need to speak with your employees on one language. I'm not talking about, like English or Arabic. It's not about this. It's about the purposes. It's about the lifestyle. It's about the mindset. So one of interesting situation I have in my life is I was like working like a motivation speaker on some kind of conference, and one of the CEOs asked me, I pay for my employees' education. I gave them the courses, I paid the money, but they don't want to. How dare them? How dare them not to uh, it be educated, not to spend their time to learn more about something. I paid for this already, and that's the problem because for the point of view of her employees, it's about like boss came to them and say you have to spend your own personal time without paying for some kind of stuff I make you to do. So two points of view we have here. First of all, I'm a good person. I want to educate my employees. I pay money for this. And the second point of view, boss came and making me do something I don't want to. So we need to make both of these points of view. They both legal. So you can't say this point of view is wrong, this point of view is right. They both have to their rights to live. So you just need to show the boss, okay, you paid money, but why your employees should do this, why they should take part in this education? Did you tell them how their lives change when they spend their time for this? No, you don't. You just make them. Of course, they don't want to take part in this because they don't understand. They don't have motivation for changes. And if you talk to these people, you will understand that some of them wanted to, actually, all of them wanted changes in their life. You just have to show how this investment of their time in this education, in this particular education, will change their life. How to it help them to be better, to make their life better, to make their family's life better. If you don't spend time and you don't try to give them the reason to take part in this education, how you can ask them for this, for doing something, for investing their time? That's my point.
Totally understood. Now, I know that TEAL HR focus a lot on our region, the MENA region, right? Um, so, and everyone knows, like we talk about it, it's like the cultural difference and the business dynamics, which are different from probably maybe Europe or maybe even Southeast Asia. It's the, so each region has its own. So you decided to focus on the MENA region. So how have you seen the adoption for this concept that you have brought with Deal HR? And have you spotted any like specific trends, I would say, when it comes to HR technologies in our region here in the MENA region?
Yeah, first of all, I'm a book guy, so I'm a bookworm. I like books. When I was in Dubai, I looked through a lot of bookstores, and of course, I was looking through the books about how to work with employees. So actually, I was a bit disappointed because that's the books, the same I read and buy in Europe, the same I read and buy in USA. So it's quite not some kind of regional specified or some kind of special things I could take from these books. There is quite ordinary for the all regions. So the globalization, the how the companies work, how the businesses works, they quite similar in different regions. Of course, you have different kind of traditions, different kind of special things. You have to know how to shake hands, how to bow, how to doing some kind of who should pay for the visit in some kind of cafe or something. So of course you have different kind of traditions in every region, but eventually we live in the great world where mm, everything is very, very standard. So if you work in business in Europe, you can change the region, and you will be you will not start from the beginning. You understand the most things, how it works. So you just need to change yourself for the uh, cultural differences. And that's not like dividing people too much. It's okay. It's very understandable. It's very simple um, to use in your work. So where I start from. So first point, that globalization is making everything easier. You can work with every kind of person in every kind of all around the world. And the second point, of course, it is differences. Of course, you have, for example, in JITEX, we have the slogan like mindset changing platform. It's not
Right.
working in Europe because in Europe, they don't want you to change their mindset. They have 1,000 years of mindset from the Roman Empire, and they okay with their mindset. They want to keep it. So you should change your mindset. And in Dubai, I was having a lot of traffic on my stand because of this slogan, like mindset changing. Everybody
Mhm.
just came to me and asked how you trying to change mindset. Not about in what way you will change it, but
Right.
how you will change it. So that's the think interesting people in Dubai how to change mindset.
Right. Right. I have to agree with you, Kirill, because yeah. So the cultural aspect, you just hit the nail on the head, as they say, because 100%. So the personal traits, I would say, the characteristics of humans, I think it's the same across all the countries, right? Across the world, right? What changes, yes, like the way you say hi, and maybe in some cultures, you should, still say to the boss, sir, Mr., Miss, Mrs., right? Where in some other places, it's like more easy, you can call them by name and so on. And this is something cultural because, what I thought first, like it's, oh, why they are still doing like this? Because I know, for example, especially maybe in Asia and East Asia, like they have still, this like respect not because it's like something comes from hierarchy, it's more like a sign of respect, right? So and it doesn't have to do with, I agree with you, like it doesn't have to do a lot with loyalty. Now, I was on your website, and you know, I know, like, what you do is like you work on seven different things, right? So you work on the recognition, you work on the rewards, and
Yeah.
so on. So one thing stopped me actually, and that was the psychometrics, right?
Mhm.
Psychometrics. So now, um, I never seen. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm mistaken. I've never seen people who works in HR department that might have some psychology background, which I highly recommend. So tell me how this psychometrics works, like what exactly it is and how it can affect the loyalty slash, you know, the business.
Yeah. First of all, I remember the story I want to share with you.
Sure.
It's about we were talking with a HR professional about different kind of psychometric things, and one of the psychometric things it's the method created by, for example, 70 years ago, like Myers-Briggs testing. So, and it's not working properly. Okay, I maybe have a lot of hate in the comments, but my position, it's not have to be true, but it's my position. So it's not working. But when I start discussing the Myers-Briggs method with this HR specialist, high level HR specialist, they tell me why they use it, because it's very simple to give their bosses the mm, feeling like they deeply understand people and can deeply, yeah, like have some
Understanding.
yeah, has some kind of understanding there. People just to use this framework, like
Hmm.
answer the few questions. I will check how these answers will combine together, and I'll understand everything about you. So
Hmm.
it's very simple. You can teach everybody how to use this method, and that's why it's still living. It's like the I don't know, like tarot cards. Like you're
Yes.
just taking three cards and reading the books how they work combined together. Okay, we have the very good next week because cards told me. So that's the same point. You have um, the method how to help yourself to be more sure in your future, to be more sure in your decisions. So it's just helping you to be more sure. That's the first thing I want to share with you. It's this story why some kind of methods didn't work.
Right.
Uh, though they still living and they still using. Our psychometric method, it's far more complicated. We have to use a lot of studies. We have to use a lot of, for example, we have to um, don't use some methods in MENA region because it's not working. We don't have the right percent of sureness in our decisions, so we have to cancel a few tests for MENA region. We have to study and research more and more to be sure that this is working. But what especially that's combined with your previous question about what's the differences between mindsets of the people in different countries. Yes, it's actually how you understand the words. For example, for even when you're reading books, for example, yes, I'm now reading books in English, and for me, Mario Puzo, The Godfather, it's very simple book. It's very understandable, not complicated. I read it just for fun, and very, very simple, very, like lazy reading,
Right.
not complicated stuff. But I start reading The Lord of the Rings. It should be the same lazy reading, but it's not. It's very complicated. It's very sophisticated words, very interesting combining of the words. The grammar is absolutely outstanding. So my idea is that when you reading the book of non-native speaker, yes, written by non-native speaker, it's very, and you're not native speaker, it's very easy, it's very normal, it's okay. But when you start reading or speaking with some guy who is now the professor of Anglo-Saxon languages, and he's an expert, top 5% of the people who understand English the most. Of course, they will talk different. They will use different words. They will use different meanings. A lot of complicated words and jokes. Actually, I love jokes in English because they a lot of layers in these jokes. For example, if we're talking about the Tolkien, he was the part of the society called Inklings. It's combined with word ink, like the royal family, mythical royal family, Inklings. So, and they call themselves Inklings. That's very funny, very sophisticated, but I never thought about it before. It's not my level of understanding the English to make this joke. I just can understand it. So that's why the differences between countries are very important. So in psychometric studies, we have we have this problem of understanding words, and we have to use only testing with cards, with pictures, without the complicated I say words, but it's not about words. But I hope you
Terms,
understand my
maybe.
point. Huh?
Yeah. The terms, you mean, the terms that they
Yeah,
are
yeah,
using.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure. That's valid point, Kirill. Now another thing, and don't get me wrong. I'm trying here not to be the devil advocate, as they say, but it's feedback of, I stayed in corporate world for 20 plus years, right? And I've been in all these, I would say, discussions. Now, one of the things, because I know like you covered that also with your product, which are like the assessments, right? Now,
Yeah.
um, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. I don't want to judge. When employees, they have to sit with their managers, and then they go, and each one of them, they have to rate each others, right? So they write
Mhm.
what we call it, the yearly, what they call it, appraisals and assessments and all this. Lots and lots and lots of time, you know people, they say, what, the result will be known because everyone gonna give the manager, because they are afraid, so they're gonna give this high ratings. And and then they come back after a couple of weeks. Okay, see, like I have put like 5 stars for him or for her, but see how they slashed me in the appraisal. So I'm not sure what's the solution for this, because you know as someone who works in this domain, I'm asking you, Kirill, again, it's not like to challenge you or to challenge the platform. I'm trying, to see how you can help, maybe.
Yeah, sure. It's understandable problem. It's called the actually I don't know how it's called in English. Good for our product that I'm not making the assessment in English. So it's called the social
Dilemma, maybe.
no social okay answers. So you understand what's the test or assessment or your people around you asking you,
Hmm.
and you can give them the social answer. So it's not true, but it's very convenient, very safe. Nobody will challenge you if you answer like this. So it's a known problem. It's absolutely okay. And you have a different ways how to work with these answers. So first of all, it's the cultural of feedback.
Hmm.
So you have to bring the culture, how to give the why feedback is useful, how you use it, how why you should give the real feedback and not acceptable social acceptable answers. That's how it's called. I remember. So that's a few ways how to work with social acceptable answers. First of all, to bring the cultural feedback. Second, you can make the answers anonymous. So if the um, people truly believe that their answers are anonymous, they will more likely give you real answers. But it's not the solution, of course. The solution is combining of different methods. The third way how you could help with this, it's making the special question. We know that there is the NPS or maybe even NPS method. It's when you ask your employee how likely he would recommend working
Mm.
in your company for his family or friends.
Right.
In this way, in this question, is this way you ask in the question, you can easily understand the social. Um, I forgot the word again. Acceptable answer. So
Yes.
you saying highly recommended, and nobody will ask you, nobody will challenge you, because what's happened when you say no, didn't want to recommend my company. We will ask
Right.
you why. Why wouldn't you recommend your company? And you have to answering, you have to making a lot of stuff, because I'm in a bad mood today, because I have an argue with my boss, my situation with my cat is not okay, or maybe the company is not the best way how I should spend my life. I read the book and it was very interesting, and I don't want to work today. So a lot of way you have to, your answer is challenging, and you have to like protect yourself. Some people feel themselves like they protecting when you ask them why, or trying to understand their position. So the best way, okay, I will highly recommend the company, just don't take me in
Right.
this or situation.
Kirill,
So
just quickly, don't you think this should be done by third party? I mean, it should maybe maybe that I'm not sure who, but someone should bring
mhm.
another company to do this. Like, because if the HR is doing it, people might say, hey, like, yeah, they so they gonna ask us even with anonymous, look, like, this anonymous URL, I know from experience, I know like it's really anonymous, but people still have, because it's coming from inside the company, right? Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, you're right and wrong in the both ways. So it's not as easy. For example, yes, you can give this testing to the third part company, and if your employees believe that they are truly independent, they will answer the right way. But it's not work. For example, when we the way when we will asking your employees why they answer like this. So if
Hmm.
that's they still have to answer why they don't want to recommend your company to their friends and families. That's the first point. The second point, we have the anonymous regime in our surveys, but
Hmm.
it's the common situation when the HR of the company take me or my employees and saying, "Okay, we put the anonymous. How to see who answer what?"
Right.
I say, there is no way. It's anonymous. You put the settings. It's anonymous. We don't know who answer what. Say, it's not you. You cannot. You obviously you have the information. Give it to me. I pay you the money, and they really trying to push me to give them this information, because they don't believe that it's possible to them as the paying part not be accessible to this information. So they pay not for the feedback, they paying for the full information, and who answer what the this information. So it's very, and some companies I know they truly give
Right.
this. That's ruin the trustful between the employees, the company, the third party company who's providing the service, for example, like a service. So the main point of my very chaotic speech is you better try have the good relationship with your employees. You have to invest in this, and it will give you more results than you just trying to thinking about some kind how to cheat the system. So better just spend a few minutes, go to your employee and ask him what he think about the company, and why, just without any surveys. It's awful answer maybe if we're talking about the platform, motivation platform I provide, but you don't need any kind of platform actually to have a good relationship with your employees. You need to the platforms are helping. They can automate your conversations. They can help you. They can notify you. They can provide you with some kind of frameworks to help you. But the main idea of every good company, I truly believe in this, that it's the uh, real one, the HR who want to make the good relationship with the employee. That's the point. You have to want it.
I,
Without it, you cannot make the good, the
I'm
great company.
happy. Absolutely, Karen. I'm happy you answered this way because I wanted you to get to this conclusion because if a company has such a problem, I mean, if they should go fix something before even they bring a solution like the one that you offer. Like because if so, they have I would call it a deep they are in deep trouble if really this is the situation there, and sooner or later it's like they will become like a sinking ship, and everyone will be leaving this ship, right? So I'm happy you gave this answer now.
But sorry, I just to make a notice
Sure.
that some companies or some even CEOs or HR business partners, they don't know that it could be the other way.
Right.
That's why the podcasts, the materials, the articles, they should be as much as possible, because there is another way. You can squeeze all juices from your employees in a polite way, in a way your employees will be happy to work in your company. That's the point. I'm not talking about like a hippie or some kind of hippie who is just make love, not war. No, I'm a businessman. I'm about business. I'm about money. I'm about earning money. I'm about squeezing my employees. But you can do it in a way they will be happy, and it's not something too much to do. It's the same way you work regularly, just use different frameworks, just use different style.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely. Kirill, out of curiosity, again, like you will be able, because you provide uh, the analytics part, so that means there's a lot of data there. Of course, it's the question that you might be expecting from me: how AI can benefit from all these data of interaction between employees and the HR.
uh, very, yes, very predictable questions. But for me, I didn't write the right answer for this, so I'll improvise. Um, IA is very important, mm, very important way how we work with the data. So we can find different kind of insights, the different point of view, not logical, but like the these black boxes working with their algorithms, with their looking for different kind of correlations. So, but it's not what employee or it's not what I bring.
Yeah.
We, for example, 10 or 15 even years ago, I worked with data. There was a different kind of tools where you can work with big data. There was no IA. There was only a lot of data and the special tools like KNIME, for example, which help you to find correlations in this data, to have some kind of theories. You try to confirm, or they have a false positive correlation. So with AI, it's much more easier much more. You don't have to the special education to work with big data to find your insights from the data. So it's the situation where you can find a lot of insights to have a lot of points of view on your problem, on your data, and uh, and do something. The main idea that it's still you have to do something with these insights. So the AI can show you the different perspective, but anyway, you have to understand, is it right way or wrong way, and do something to change the situation. So
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
not like the magic wand for me. It's a good tool, nothing magical, quite good. You should use it, of course, but it's not the panacea. It's not something will what will change everything. Yeah, you should use it.
I love this, Kirill, because we've talked about humans, right? So, and machines should not take decisions. I mean, actually, it cannot. So, I like the way, and I think your background, it's very obvious here, because you mentioned something, which is the machine is good at spotting patterns. The machine is good at spotting these correlations between things. So, probably, maybe the way I'm thinking about it. So, let's say the engagement of employees start to go down, and then probably an algorithm, or I don't know, like it can correlate. Okay, so once we hired this manager, so things started to go bad. Or maybe we started, for example, to ask employees to do some stuff, right? And then once we did this, actually on the opposite, so things, the engagement went up. So I love this. And again, the decision, of course, it's up to us. And this is exactly, regardless of HR and like any other field. This is what I was since last year. I'm telling people, like, use the AI, but you take the decision. So you are in the driver's seat and doing this. So I love this answer. I really love it, Kirill. Kirill, like, as we are coming to an end, so there is something I want to let the audience know. So I know, like, just we are, just for the sake of transparency, we are recording this on the 23rd of September. So probably this is going in the third week or second week of October. But 2 days or 3 days ago, I want to congratulate you and the team because you have won the Middle East Technology Excellency Award. Um, for analytics and human resource consultancy. Really, I congratulate you and the team on this, because I can see, you're doing something really special because you are touching the humans. Now, the question for you, where people can get in touch and get to know more about TLHR, and, probably maybe have a discussion with you and maybe someone of your team.
Yeah, sure. Actually, you just need to put in the browser tealhr.ae, and it will be our MENA region website. So you can book a demo, and I'll or my business partner will join you at this demo. So it's not the big deal to talk to us. We're very open to communications. We do love what we provide. So even if you don't want to buy our service, you just have some kind of interesting thoughts to share with us with something. So just book a demo and we'll talk with you. My sales will hate this point, my point, but I'm very open for chatting, talking, discussing, and I love the HR. That's the people are new oil.
Oh, I love this, Kirill. I love this. And, you know, I enjoyed, the discussion and your way of explaining things in simple terms. I would say that, and this is, you know, audience know me by now. I was trying to get the best out of you, and really, you shared lots and lots and lots of valuable and rich information regarding that domain, which is not easy. It's not easy, but as you said, I like this. Humans are the new oil. Actually, they have been always the case, but I mean, now we should be more highlighting this because every other task can be done by AI or by a machine, 100%. So we need to keep and retain the people. Kirill, I know how things can get busy, so you gave me the time today, and for the audience also as well. We appreciate that a lot. And this is how I usually end my episodes. So this is for the audience. If you just discovered this podcast and you like it, please give us a thumb up, share it, subscribe, whether you are listening on your favorite podcasting app or watching this on YouTube. We appreciate your support on this. So share it with your friends and colleagues. And if you are one of the people who keeps coming, thank you very much for your loyalty and for all your suggestions and feedbacks that you keep giving back to me. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be again very soon in a new episode. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Hit that subscribe button, share the show with your tech-savvy friends and fellow entrepreneurs, and leave us a review on your favorite podcast app. Your support means the world to us.